Surrender is the soil of fruit and intimacy that brings the tree of life, breakthrough, of longevity, of lasting faith, of walking into those pearly gates, being told, well done, my good and faithful servant. If you're ready, I'm ready. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this mini series we've been in, talking about the surrendered life. We're not stingy anymore. We've stopped being stingy, and we've fallen headlong into the soil of intimacy by being a surrendered people, by being a giving people, by letting the grains of wheat fall from our hands into the soil. So without further ado, welcome back to Love Notes. So grateful to be here with you guys. We're going to get into this today. I'm so glad and so excited because this lifestyle of being dead to self, being dead to agenda, dead to motives, this is going to produce a freedom that this house of wisdom that's being built on the rock, when these winds and waves that are promised, by the way, when they come knocking on your door, they're not going to find any gravity to enter into because you're going to be floating in the eyes of love and romance. Without further ado, so grateful to be here with you today at Love Note. Salute. Grateful to be here and be a piece of your story. So let's go ahead and get right into it. In the 12th chapter of John's Gospel, verse 24, the word of the Lord reads like this. It says, most assuredly I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. It's speaking of being stingy, of being all about self, me, oh mine. It's all mine. It's a me party. And everybody else is invited as long as they're all about me, as long as I'm their number one, as long as they're massaging my ego, as long as they're bigging me up and giving me all the praise. As long as that's the case, then they're welcome to come in and party with me because it's a party of me. This is where death lives, and not the good kind of death. This is where depression lives, anxiety, where entitlement lives. This is where the chains of carnality live. You're saved, but you're a carnal Christian. This is where this lives, and this is where nothing but gravity exists. All you're going to have is gravity. All you're going to be is alone. All you're going to feel is overrun and overwhelmed. This is all you're going to have. This is going to be your inheritance because you're sowing it by being selfish. But if we'll sow our life in the fruits of intimacy, the grains of intimacy into the soil of love and romance in the prayer closet, then we're going to see these trees of life and freedom bursting up. A tree of life and surrender, of longevity in God. And this is where we want to land. And so what takes place? Now I'm surrendering, Pastor. Now I'm surrendering. What am I going to see in my life? Well, I'm glad that you asked. So pull up a seat to this table. Let's get down on this word today. It says, most assuredly, I say to you, verse 24, John's Gospel, chapter 12, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies. This is imagery of Jesus on Calvary's cross, and then you and I picking up our cross daily to follow him because we love him, then it remains alone. So until we die to self, die to agenda, die to motives, die to entitlement and all these things, these conditions, these conditional surrenders. You know what conditional surrender is? It's not surrender at all. It's rebellion. In all these ways that we've refused to surrender and die, then we're going to remain alone. But if we do die, if we do surrender, if we do stop making our life all about me, if we stop making our life all about self, if we stop building an empire of me, of mine, and what I will have, if we stop doing this, if we actually surrender, what's it going to do? It's going to produce much grain. Did you get this? This is multiplication. He says, unless a grain, this is singular. This is what you have in of yourself. It's a daily surrendering of grain. If you give that one seed of self to the soil of intimacy, the soil of surrender, then you're going to have grains, plural. You're going to have a lot of fruit. You're going to have freedom. And what is this fruit? It's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. It's a 9 fruit of the Spirit. This is where we want to be. This is where we want to live. This is where we have the essence of our life. This is where we have our ebb and flow of intimacy, of love and romance, of dying to self, of getting to the prayer closet and never missing. This is where the Christian life takes off into a stratosphere that you can't even contain or you cannot describe with a human language because there's no words deep enough to express, because this is glory town. This is the glory pocket. This is getting into a place stuck in the nook of knowing him. Shout out Pastor Brian, Ascend Church, ATL. This is the nook of knowing Jesus. This is getting lost in the eyes of love. This is getting lost in true surrender. And whenever I give myself over to dying to self and not being about me and being about the people around me, instead deferring my needs and wishes to others, surrendering my thoughts and my motives to the Word of God and to the moving of the Spirit, when I allow the Lordship of Jesus to possess me, then I start to receive grains. I start to receive fruit that remains, that never falls off. Put that in the chat. I don't want to fall off. I want to fall off. I want to fall into the prayer closet, and then I want to be resurrected by him. I hope that this series has blessed y'all. We don't want to be stingy. We want to be surrendered. And when we do that, he supplies grains instead of us holding on to one grain. Y'all be blessed.